Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff, and welcome to what might be the most exciting YouTube video ever produced for this channel. Today we're cleaning the shop. You try to keep your shop relatively tidy so that you can work efficiently and effectively, but once in a while the things that you don't clean build up. When you're doing those little cleans here and there, all the things you miss build up, and once in a while you got to do a relatively thorough clean and maintenance day or two on the shop, and that's what this weekend is. So usually I like to do this before I start in on a major project, because there's nothing better than digging in on something extensive, like a project that's going to take numerous days / weeks. There's nothing better than digging into that in a nice clean space where everything is where it needs to be and that kind of stuff. So this process for me, I thought it would be interesting to bring you guys along to show you what I do when I do these major, but 3 times a year, 4 times a year maybe, shop cleanups. So phase 1 is get rid of the stuff that doesn't belong here. So that's all the empty cans and recycling bits, boxes from Amazon that never made it out of the shop after you took the stuff out of them, dust, little mini scraps that you're never going to be able to do anything with. I'm trying to get better at making those scraps bigger that when they get out, but I'm not there yet. But the little mini scraps, the dust, the little cut-offs of dowels, the just stuff that doesn't belong here needs to go. Phase 2 is the stuff that's still here after that phase needs to be where it lives, in its spot, in proper working order. Blades need to be sharp if they have a blade. Blades need to be clean if they have a blade. So it should have been the other way around. And so that's stuff like cleaning your table saw blade, replacing your bandsaw blade, turning the dealies in your segmented head jointer if they're ready for that, which mine aren't quite, replacing the planer blades that you just sent out to be sharpened, new belt for the oscillating belt spindle sander, new filters for the box fans, all that kind of stuff. The drills need to live where the drills go, the planes need to be on their proper shelves, all that kind of stuff. That's phase 2. And then phase 3, is there a phase 3? Phase 3 is just get back to work, isn't it? Do I need to do anything else after everything's where it goes and in the shape it needs to be in? No, I guess there's only 2 phases. Get the stuff out that doesn't need to be here, and then make sure the stuff that's here is where it goes and in proper working order. 2 phases, not 3. All right, let's dig in. We'll start with cans and bottles and boxes and stuff that needs to get out of here. Let's go. Shop cleanup day. Whoa, that's a good sized spider. You see that guy go by? He's going to be one of the things that needs to go away. So we start with a nice sweep. Even though we got to sweep 2 or 3 times throughout this process, I always start with one, especially when I've been over playing on the lathe recently. Just get the bulk of the dust out, and then we can move on to cans and bottles and other recycling bits, the coffee cups that have a bottom third of a cup of coffee in them because it got cold while I was working and I forgot about it. Those can all go away. And then we can gather up the random cardboard, beer boxes, tool boxes, Amazon boxes, basically all the various types of cardboard that make their way into the shop and then don't make their way out right away. And those can get tossed out, and then we can head over to the table saw, which is the heart and soul of the workshop, so we got to spend a little bit of time on that. First we get it out of its pile of sawdust that accumulates below the dust chute, and we can take the back off the saw and add all of the dust from the inside to that pile, because it makes a lot of dust. When you make that many cuts with it, it makes a lot of dust, and some of it doesn't make its way out the bottom chute, so every now and then you got to clean it out. And we can scoop all that up and do sweep number 2. And then get a vacuum and get a bunch of the leftovers just to stop kicking it around. And then we can put the back panel back on the saw, roll it back into place, and get on the saw blade cleaning train. We take the blade out, and I just use Simple Green in a spray bottle. I soak the teeth for a little while, and while they're soaking I can go do a couple other things. This time I was changing the band on my oscillating bandsaw, or band, Jesus. The oscillating spindle belt sander. The belt, that's what I'm changing. And putting drills away and stuff, and then I can go back to the table saw blade and give it a scrub. I usually do all of my blades that need it at this point, but this time I only needed to do the one that lives in my saw. I've got a video actually for the saw blades that I use. I'll leave that up in the corner. Then we can do a coat of paste wax, new coat of paste wax on the cast iron. And then we can take a little break because we're getting sweaty and we want to stay hydrated in the shop. This is a lesson to everyone. Keep a couple of bottles of water in your shop, preferably in a fridge, because you want to stay hydrated while you're out there. Then we can move on to tool number 2, which is the bandsaw, the second most important tool in my shop most of the time. And do the same thing, clean it all out, clean out all the dust, and get the blade and everything refreshed in there. I've actually got a bandsaw setup video coming next week. From while I was doing this process, I decided to record a bandsaw setup video, so watch for that coming soon. Then we can do the dust around all the other tools, just the majority of the dust and chips and stuff. And then we can replace the planer blades that I had sent out to be sharpened maybe a month ago, and they've just been sitting around waiting for me to get around to replacing them. And get the vacuum back out, start doing some nooks and crannies. Every now and then you want to do like around the garage door, or around the lights, get up into the corners and get the cobwebs out. Find that spider guy, get him too. And then the last major thing, this time I decided, instead of taking the box fan filters off and just vacuuming them out, that I would actually replace them. I haven't replaced them in, well, since I put them on the first time, which was going on 2 years ago now probably. So this time I took them off, banged out the dust out of the fan, got the vacuum out, and actually bought new filters. So fresh filters going on the boxes. It's not an ideal dust collection system, but it does better than you'd expect probably, especially if you get a couple of them. And we just tape it on the back. And then the last but not least thing that we need to do is top up the whiskey cabinet. Make sure that that's all stocked up and ready for the next time you need it. And that's basically it. Well, there we go. We're in relatively good shape to start the next project now. We got the dust 90% cleaned out of the shop. I got new filters on the box fans. We got a new blade on the bandsaw. We got clean blade on the table saw. We got new jointer knives in the planer. New planer knives in the planer. Everything's swept and dusted-ish to a point. Let's not go overboard. And yeah, that's basically every 3-4 months I do something approximately like that. It doesn't always entail all of that, but that's kind of what I like to do, to kind of hit the reset button on the shop and get everything back in properly functioning order. So thanks for watching. If you like what I do here, I do have a Patreon page. You can head over and support at patreon.com/woodenthingsandstuff. And yeah, that's it for this one. Now I'm gonna make it a mess again, because that's what you do. You clean your shop and then you make it a mess again, and then you got to clean your shop again. But you know, it took me most of a day And I think it's in pretty good shape at this point. So, see you next time. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye for now.